Once upon a time, in a deep mountain forest, there lived an old monk and his young disciple. The old monk was a great practitioner of meditation. He spent most of his time meditating. Usually, once he started meditating, it could last for half a day or even a full day. During his deep meditation, he could also see the glimpse of what was going to happen in the future. One day, while meditating, the old monk saw that his young disciple was going to die in 8 days. He was very sad to know this. He thought that before leaving the world, the disciple should see his family first. So, he called the disciple and said, "Dear, I am giving you an 8-day holiday. Go home and meet your family." "Really, that's very good, master. Thank you," said the disciple with a smile. "In fact, I have been feeling quite homesick for some time." The master said, "But remember, you must come back by the 8th day. Go now. I will wait for you to return." "Okay, master, please take care of yourself. I will leave now," said the disciple. Saying this, the young disciple joyfully went down the hills, without noticing the sadness and reluctance in his master's eyes. The young disciple walked happily through the mountains. After walking for a long time, he stopped at the bank of a stream to drink some water as he was feeling thirsty. There, he saw an ant's cave near the river bank, where countless ants were moving in and out. He stood there for a while, watching them with interest. Just as he was about to leave, he noticed that the water in the river was rising. He said to himself, "Oh no, the water level is rising. The ants will drown if this continues." It had been raining heavily in the mountains for the past few days, and now the water downstream had started to rise. The young disciple quickly started thinking about how to save the ants. He took off his clothes, filled them with hard soil, and built a protective wall around the cave. Then he dug a small drain to divert the flowing water to another side, just in case the water rose even higher. By doing this, he managed to stop the water from flooding the cave and saved the lives of countless ants. Once he was satisfied that the ants were safe, he continued his journey and finally reached his home. Days started passing, one after another. When the 8th day arrived, he remembered his promise to his master. Without wasting time, he immediately set off to return. Meanwhile, the old monk was anxiously walking through the forest, thinking about his young disciple. He feared that by now the boy must have died, because 8 days had already passed and it was already the evening of the 9th day. He felt sad that he could not see his disciple one last time. But suddenly, from a distance, he saw someone coming down the hills. He stopped and looked carefully. He noticed that it was his young disciple. Cheerfully, he ran to him and hugged him tightly. He was very happy to see him alive. But at the same time, he was also surprised. How could the young monk still be alive after 8 days? His visions during meditation had never been wrong before. Happily, he asked the young monk what he had done during the past 8 days. The young disciple thought for a moment and then told him everything, how he had built a wall and dug a drain to save the ants from drowning. After hearing this, the master finally understood. Because the young disciple had saved the lives of countless ants, his own remaining 8 days of life had been transformed into a long and happy life. The story teaches us that in life, cultivating good deeds, good karma, is a way to prolong your life. Sometimes, the result of doing good deeds may not necessarily increase your lifespan, but it definitely brings abundance of happiness in your life. Even a small act of kindness can change the course of your destiny. It is not the size of the help we offer that matters, but it is the purity of our heart that does. When we selflessly help others, even the smallest beings, we create a ripple of goodness that return to us in a ways we cannot imagine. Good deeds do not just bring blessings, but they protect us from unseen troubles, shorten our sufferings, and fill our life with unseen grace. Just as the young disciples' simple act of saving ants gave him a long and happy life, our genuine efforts to ease the pain of others can save us from many hardships that we may never even know about. Karma silently watches every intention, every action, and every tear that we wipe away. In a world where everyone goes through pain, when you light the life of others, your own path shines brighter. The blessings you earn through good deeds brings grace to your life, attract happiness, and open the doors of prosperity. A heart full of kindness never walks alone. It walks hand in hand with grace, blessings, and everlasting peace.